Good day, everyone. Today, we will be talking about textile art. So what is textile? Textile art is a process of creating something using fibers gained from sources like plants, animals, insect, or synthetic materials. It is one of the oldest forms of art in human civilization. Making textile is an extremely old art form. Examples of this are our clothes, rugs, quilts, blankets, and many more. People also used textiles to make objects that signaled status or commemorated important events. Examples are flags, military uniforms, or ceremonial banners. Many cultures around the world have distinct methods of making textiles by using materials available to them. There are three methods of making textile art. Yarns and threads are important materials in making textile art. Textiles are often made through traditional methods like sewing, weaving, and knitting. In sewing, a single needle and thread stitches pieces of cloth together and also adds surface ornament. As you can see on the picture, this is called sewing, particularly embroidery, covering the surface of textile decorative pictures and colorful patterns. Weaving involves interlacing two sets of threads. These are called warp, which runs vertically, and the weft, which runs horizontally. Weaving requires pie of equipment called a loom. As you can see on the picture, that's the example of a loom. Knitting is one of the oldest and simplest means of making fabric. The process of knitting involves connecting the yarn by series of loops, normally by hand, although there are such things as knitting machines. Clothing and blankets can be knitted. So that is the example of knitting. That is how you knit. Filipino artistry and creativity are evident in various art forms, but what makes the weaving culture distinct is its power to unite people as strong, resilient communities bound by living tradition and colorful textile patterns and motifs. Let us now proceed to TNALAK. So what is TNALAK? TNALAK and TBOLI Art. Community, TBOLI. Origin, South Cotabato, Philippines. The TBOLI distinguish themselves from other tribal groups by their colorful clothes, bracelets, and earrings. The TNALAK, the TBOLI's sacred cloth, made from abaca, is the best-known TBOLI craft. These unique patterns are made with centuries-old practices and passed down from generation to generation. This typical TBOLI textile is history held in hands of their makers, and the rich cultural heritage can be seen through their creations. It shows the tribe's collective imagination and cultural meanings. It is an art made by TBOLI people of South Cotabato, Philippines. TNALAK weaving is an art perfected over decades of practice by TBOLI women. It serves as both literature and art. It has various geometrical patterns and the trademark three primary colors: red, black, and the original color of abaca leaves. It is used for ritual purposes as an offering to the spirits and during festival celebrations. The TNALAK fabric holds a special and prominent place in TBOLI's culture. It is ever present in significant turning points in a TBOLI's life, such as birth, marriage, and death. It is the medium which sanctifies these rites, enveloping them in the length of its fabric, like a benediction. So how does TBOLI women make TNALAK? First, they do is abaca fiber is stripped from the abaca tree, cleaned, dried, and separated into strands. These strands are then carefully selected, hand-tied, and rolled into balls. Fibers used in weaving are harvested from the two metal blades that are used to quickly remove the pulp and reveal the filaments, which are worked by hand into fine threads. During tembong, an artisan will connect individual threads end to end. Temogo or dyeing is done in the ikat style using beeswax and natural pigments. Weaving or mewel is done on the backstrap loom or legogong, and weaving one piece of cloth can take up to a month of uninterrupted work. The final stage in the process, semaki, involves burnishing the fabric with a cowrie shell that is heated by friction. Then, nut oil is used to condition the fabric and add sheen. And that is how TBOLI women make TNALAK. Now we should proceed to piece YABIT. So what is piece YABIT? Community, Tausog. Origin, Sulu Archipelago, Philippines. Piece YABIT or piece Shabit is prized hand-woven cloth of the Tausogs of Sulu. It is traditionally worn by men and warriors. Piece YABIT is also used as head covering. It is made from cotton or silk, square in shape and provided with geometric patterns. It can also be worn on the shoulder, knotted around the hilt of the sword, or tied down around the head among the Tausog men. As essential feature in the Tausog, piece Shabit is a basic geometric figure, the square. The central design is divided into 25 square sections, showing 4 different motifs. Strip patterns surround the central design and decorate the edges of piece Yabit. This is an example of piece Yabit. Now, let us proceed to seputangan. So, what is seputangan? Seputangan is a square cloth best known for its intricate and rich design, involving optical illusion to create depth in the patterns. The seputangan is an example of tapestry weave, considered the oldest and most traditional technique in producing ornamented woven textiles. Aside from plain weave technique, wherein stripes and plaids are formed, it is worn by Yakan women in different ways, depending on the occasion, such as elen for everyday wear, haptabuan for going to market, and ginauna si pagkawin, worn like a veil when attending a wedding. These are the examples of seputangan. Now, let us proceed to INAUL. So what is INAUL? INAUL, also pronounced INAUL, is a time-honored weaving tradition of Maguindanao people, usually made into malong or wrap-around skirts, commonly and regularly used by both sexes. Other notable designs include umpak, which is embroidered laden and hard to do, binaludto or rainbow, panigabi or taro, and the rare tie-dye, binaludan, called ikat by the TBOLI and the people of Cordillera. 3 types of threads being used in weaving are tanor, which is cottony, the silky, rayon, and katiyado, which is the shiny type. Rayon and tanor can be mixed together to form a malong called mestiza. The colors are also reflective of Maguindanao culture. Red means bravery, green for peace, black for dignity, white for sadness. These are the examples of INAUL. So that is all. Thank you for listening.